So, back in 2019, Justice Clarence Thomas tried to connect abortion to eugenics, but citing history from the 1920s and citing the total abortions that were being taken place, though he mentions them out of context, I believe, such as fetuses diagnosed with Down syndrome in developed countries, 98% in Denmark, 90% in the United Kingdom, 77% in France, and 67% in the United States, according to the statistics he cited, I guess. The practice of sex-based abortion in Asia to eliminate female fetuses, and statistics to show higher rates of abortion among blacks than whites, to make his argument that abortion is akin to eugenics. Alright, so first off, it's ridiculous to compare female infanticide in Asian cultures to the UK and France, and attitudes of the UK to the US when the US is literally like openly insane in general. So, and yeah, I guess it's kind of true that there's more discrimination towards African American and dark people. That is actually true, but he's trying to make a further extrapolating point that just isn't true at all. He compares this with, he wrongly states, since the beginning, birth control and abortion were promoted as a means of effectuating eugenics. But back in the early days in the Virginian colonies, leaders like Charles Davenport of the Eugenics American Society would have been opposed to it. As Daniel Kells states, eugenicists were initially against birth control because they knew the population that wanted them were the demographic they wanted, which the 1980s birth dearth actually goes into a little bit and mirrors this, claiming society would collapse if there's not enough working people or military recruits, etc., claiming humans would mimic zoos without enough people, fear-mongering with the birth rate as subtle eugenics, actually. With that aside, a law professor, Paul A. Lombardo, confirmed what Kells was saying, also agreeing that I've been studying this for 40 years and I've never been able to find a leader of the eugenics movement that came out and said they supported abortion, which confirms the pro-life attitudes that has always been here, as I've spoken of in videos lately. Eugenicists with a euphemist forcing children. And years later, right now, Roe versus Wade is gone in 2022 to force the population once again. Despite the eugenics and abortion connection that is inaccurate, I think since the inception of crystallography, the human genome, rape laws, etc. should have been in the hands of multi-ethnic control of women from intersectional life. Though, of course, this is unrealistic as feminism didn't start united, so chaos might have unfolded in the history, like it has with patriarchy. But this fear that minorities having the reins would stomp all over the initial oppressor is falsely attributed to the mindset of the zero-sum game, and it doesn't have to be that way. We must cast this system aside. And, capitalism basically fuels on your lack of consent to have children or not have children. So, I feel like most women should literally tear down the walls, so to speak,